Marco Knight of Dears of Granny here on this windy Brummel day, probably the windiest day that we've had, and of course this is when I choose to record. I wanted to touch on something that has really allowed me to grow in the previous year or two, and that is not completely, but somewhat distancing myself from social media, in that I will say delete Instagram for a month or two, then I'll re-download it just to, I guess, stay up to date for maybe about 5 to 15 minutes, and then I'll delete it, because if I don't, what I catch myself doing is scrolling on there as though I never even deleted it at all. It's kind of scary how it consumes you as that. But yeah, so instead I've been doing things with myself that's been more productive. I've been really trying to learn and get better. And so, sorry about that. There's a vehicle over there just creeping. But yeah, I've been just trying to be really productive and trying to learn and actually trying to take in information that's going to be of value, instead of just scrolling and consuming nonsense, I guess. And don't get me wrong, once in a while you'll get on there and you'll find yourself a good laugh. Yet it seems as though you go through a lot of doom scrolling to get that laugh, and then occasionally you'll have those moments where it seems as though it's hit after hit, everything is funny, right? But you really have to, seems as though you really have to go through a lot of doom scrolling to find those good laughs. And even at that, they're not memorable. It's just ephemeral, right? It's just a good laugh and then you forget about it. And so, yeah, I've just been trying to be productive and learn. Something that I've been trying to get better at is articulating my words, because prior I've been using a lot of filler words, a lot of likes, and a lot of, for some reason I say I feel a lot before I say something. And of course I feel it because I'm about to say it, so there's no reason for me to say I feel something when of course it's coming from me, right? And so that, and also turning off birthday notifications, has been cool, because previously, of course, when it was my birthday, and I'm sure you're aware of this, when it's your birthday, the apps will let others know that it's your birthday, and so you tend to get a bit of happy birthdays. And I've spent a couple where throughout the day people would say happy birthday, and you're just saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and then next thing you know, you spent your whole day replying to people saying thank you. And of course that's nice of them, right? And it's appropriate for you to say thank you, because what would it look like if you don't say thank you back, right? And so better than that is to turn off your birthday notifications, and that way you actually get to spend it to yourself and it be more intimate. That way you get to spend it with people you love, like myself. You might see that my wife is there in the truck, and it's a bit cold out here, but just spend it with the people you love and not get so consumed by apps. And it's not bad because, right, you can go on there and get a bunch of BS information and spend a lot of time doing a whole bunch of nothing. Because I'm not going to sit here and say the internet's bad, because it's nice in that you're able to get on there and really learn. And there's so much to learn, and so you can definitely use it to help you get better and learn, as opposed to get on there and get burnt. You get that feeling of feeling drained because you're just scrolling, seeing others portray they're happy, but you sometimes got to question, are they really? Because it seems like it's so much and too frequent, and there's hardly ever anybody posting both sides, good and bad. And so with that, I don't know, I feel like, and there I go using a filler word again, I feel like but then again, I don't know. You just gotta question sometimes what you're spending your time doing, and do something truly productive. And like I said, social media is not necessarily a bad tool. It could be great, right? Because you can keep up with, I mean, you already know, there's no reason for me to reiterate that, but definitely don't let it consume you. Don't spend so much of this precious time that you have doing a whole bunch of nothing. In a lot of ways, this also may be nothing, right? So, but it's cool. It's peaceful here, and yeah.